Dana White went live early today and announced some big fights for the last pay-per-view of the pay-per-view era, and I'm going to get started right away. We got Peter Yan versus Merab Valishvili for, man, Merab's fourth fucking time fighting in this calendar year. It's insane, but we got another big fight. Alejandro Pantoja taking on Joshua Van for the flyweight belt. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Great fight. In Henry Cejudo versus Payne Talbot. We got a lot to talk about today, but let's go right away with the main event of UFC 323. Merab versus Peter Yan 2. Now, Dana said as soon as 320 ended, Merab went in and asked to fight at the December pay-per-view so he could break the record. It meant a lot to him, all that good shit. Why wouldn't they put him on that card? They needed a cap filler for this. It saves them the star power for the Paramount era. Fucking perfect. Merab is an absolute. Merab is the bantamweight GOAT. And when he beats Peter Yan, I'm putting it. Let me say this. When he beats Peter Yan and JDM, if JDM beats Islam next month, Merab is the number one pound for pound fighter in the UFC. He has to be. Unless Islam wins, then Islam would obviously be the rightful number one. Merab will be the number one pound for pound fighter in the UFC when he beats Peter Yan for the second time. I think it'll be a good fight, man. Peter Yan I think he's gotten sharper. You know, he said he was injured in that fight against Merab. He hurt his dick or some shit like that. It's growing. So he's injured in that fight, but it was also Merab's easiest fight that he's had on this run that he's had. So who knows how to go, or we know how to go. Merab will win, but it should be a good fight. It should be a good main event. Crazy that Merab's fighting again. We already know he's the bantamweight GOAT. Fuck Dominic Cruz. Like, I respect the hell out of everything he's done in the sport, but it's not touching what Merab has done and what Merab is doing. No one's beating him for the foreseeable future. So appreciate him while he's still here. I do think Merab will probably 49-46 Peter Yan. I wouldn't be mad if Peter Yan won at all. Of course, who doesn't like Peter Yan? But Merab is. What did Thanos say? I'm inevitable. Merab is inevitable, and he's the 2025 Fighter of the Year. Obviously, like this comment says here, he's been Fighter of the Year since his second Sean O'Malley fight, but he's obviously got Fighter of the Year locked up, and he's making history, the first champion to defend the belt 4 times in a calendar year. It's fucking crazy. But there's a lot more to talk about. Joshua Van is getting his shot against Alejandro Pantoja. Big fight. I feel like some of the Joshua Van hype has died down a little bit. I haven't been hearing his name crazy in the MMA scene since like June, July. He's one of my favorite fighters. Pantoja's back in there. He's been active. I think Pantoja will sub Josh Van. I mean, I'm the biggest Josh Van fan in the world. He was losing that fight with Brandon Royval until literally the last 7 seconds of the fight when he got that knockdown. He made some good adjustments. He made some good adjustments for sure in that fight. He's shown that he's got the IQ. He's got the pop in his shots. He's got the skill to last on the feet. Pantoja's grappling is also inevitable at flyweight. He's going to take you down. He's going to push the pace. Pantoja pushes pace, cardio, and grappling, and that's hard as fuck to beat, especially at those lower weight classes when you're not getting flatline KOs and TKOs all the time. He's gonna walk forward to Josh Van with his hands down like he did against Kai Kara France, like he did against Kai Zakura. He's gonna be throwing leaping hooks as he's coming in and taking you down, and then lateral dropping you and putting the hooks in, taking it back. I can see it happening against Josh Van, getting subbed RNC in the first 3 rounds, but I do want to see Josh Van get his shot, man. I would be extremely fucking happy. I love Josh Van. If you follow me on social media, you know how much I love Josh Van. But this is a big fight for the flyweight division, probably the biggest fight they can make right now. Once expected, I mean, Merab will open this fight as like a minus 375 favorite or something. Pantoja probably the same, probably minus 250. Once they win these fights, book them against each other for the Paramount era, bro. They're both active fighters. Merab probably won't take a shit ton of damage. Neither will Pantoja. Book them against each other by like May of next year, bro. They need to fight each other. They are each other's best matchups. They look like they're the only people that can beat each other. Genuinely. No one's beating Merab at 135. Pantoja looks like he has the best chance, and no one is beating Pantoja at 125. No one. So book them against each other, man. Please, I need to see this. I need to see this. I need to see this. Moving on, though. Jan Blachowicz making his return against Bogdan Guskov. Now, you know, Jan Blachowicz, man, I don't know about this one. I love Jan. I do. Now, I don't love Jan. I like Jan. I respect the hell out of Jan and what he's able to do, especially at this age. I think Bogdan Guskov, man, he's the right fighter to fight someone like Jan Blachowicz. Jan lost his last performance. He got robbed, in my opinion, but he lost it not throwing enough. He lost it by chasing somebody down and not being able to throw much while his opponent just didn't really do much either. I think Bogdan Guskov, I know no one's been able to KO Jan yet. I think Jan will be walking him down and like trying to chop low, maybe do some shit like that. I think Bogdan will catch him on the chin. They both can be, especially these days. Jan is patient, and so is Guskov. We all know starts off very patient, reading his opponent. I think he will put Jan Blachowicz down for good and retire him. His power is crazy. I know you can say, well, Jan fought Alex Pereira. Come on, bro. That's circumstantial. Fought him up 3 months after his flatline KO, up a division, up a weight class, at altitude in Utah. Like, there was circumstantial as to why Jan and Alex Pereira were so close. This day's Alex Pereira would take Jan's head off, I believe. But I do, unfortunately, think Bogdan Guskov is really good, and I think he will get a KO over Jan Blachowicz. Moving on, though, to the last fight that Dana announced. Really weird fight. Henry Cejudo taking on Peyton Talbot. This pisses me off. It's very inclusive to that community of people. Peyton Talbot lost to Jaime Barcelos and then beat Felipe Lima in a very close 29-28 decision where he could have lost if Felipe Lima just wasn't a dumbass. And now he's getting number 10 ranked Henry Cejudo. And it blows my mind how this is even fucking possible. Peyton Talbot's looked shit in his last 2 performances, and his last performance was in June, and he just lost in January. I don't know how you go from losing to an unranked opponent to beating another unranked new opponent and then getting number 10 in the world. It seems very LGBT inclusive, but I don't even know if this would be a good fight. Peyton Talbot seems to slow down his action in the octagon. He doesn't seem to have that pop in his shot like he used to, and he doesn't seem to be who everybody thought he was initially when he was fighting Cans. And Henry Cejudo, him and Usman, man, they are one to take matchups that favor them. They really are. I think Cejudo sees in his brain that he can beat Peyton Talbot. There's a recipe for success. He was able to get out-grappled by Jaime Barcelos, and Felipe Lima was taking him down at will too, even though he was able to get back up. I think Cejudo thinks this is a favorable matchup. That's why he got back in there with Peyton Talbot, and I think Cejudo will wrestle him to death. I really don't understand how Peyton Talbot is getting number 10, but it's a good addition to the pay-per-view. Also a good addition to the fucking pay-per-view. Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Look out for this fight. This will be a great fight. Man. I'm really looking forward to this fight. 2 powerhouses. Not powerhouses, but you know what I mean. Two really, really good fighters in the flyweight division. Should be extremely technical. It'll be interesting to see how Moreno deals with the grapple threat. He's already been able to deal with and not get put away by Alejandro Pantoja, who's also on that card. And I don't think Tatsuro Taira's backpack game or his grappling is as good as Alejandro Pantoja. We'll see. I think Brandon Moreno will win this fight. I think it'll be very close, and I think it'll be a very good fight. UFC 323, man, it's looking fucking great. Now, I got some questions about the Paramount era after we get done talking about this. But UFC 323 looks fucking great, actually. Let me go here. Also on the 323 card, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. Very weird matchmaking. I said this here. What an odd matchmaking. Very, very weird matchmaking. I think Grant Dawson is going to fucking ragdoll Manuel Torres. I like easily ragdoll him to an absolutely boring shit fight. Like Manuel Torres he hasn't shown me that much to be this high up or to get this matchup, and I don't know why Grant Dawson isn't getting like a Moicano or a Michael Chandler matchup. He's ranked in the division. He's on a win streak. He's boring as fuck, but I mean he's effective. I don't know, but I mean he'll be on a prelim, so that'll be fine to me. Also on this card we got Chris Duncan versus Terrence McKinney. Banger fight. Banger fight. I can't wait to bet on Chris Duncan's submission. I can't fucking wait to bet on that. This will be a fire fight. You see this? Under 2.5 is going to be minus 10 million or whatever that is. It will be. This fight is not going the distance. It will be violence. I could see this ending in the first round with a Terrence McKinney on the floor on his back, though. I can't see that. I'm sorry. But this fight card is looking fucking amazing, man. Peter Yan versus Merab 2. Pantoja Van. Blachowicz versus Guskov. Cejudo Peyton Talbot. Brandon Moreno versus Tattoo Tabor. Farisa Yam and Nazim Sadikov also got announced for this card. What a fucking banger fight that is going to be. What a banger stand-up fight that's going to be. And then you got Grant Dawson and Manuel Torres and then Chris Duncan. And man, hopefully, knock on wood if you're watching this right now, knock on wood. Hopefully nobody pulls out, but fucking banger card, bro. But moving on, man, we got some more announcements. What? We got more fucking announcements. UFC 322 is looking like the fucking one of the greatest cards ever. Please nobody pull out. Number 1 ranked Sean Brady is taking on number 7, I believe, ranked Michael Morales at UFC 322. This should be a banger. Two aggressive walk forward type fighters. Sean Brady isn't the most fun to watch guy, but he's in there with Michael Morales. They'll do the man dance. This will be a great fight. I kind of wished it would have been 5 rounds, but think about the fucking matchups on this card, man. Let me see something here because I didn't think about, because Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates is already on this card. Look at this shit. No. I need the latest. I need the latest, brother. Latest. Please nothing crazy pop up here. Please nothing crazy pop up here. Please nothing crazy pop up. Please nothing crazy pop up. Hold on. Let me type in 322 full card. Let me type that in. Fuck. Why the fuck is this not? Nobody dropped the main card. I could have sworn I saw some main card. But hey, man, this card's got Sean Brady. Here we go. Fucking banger card. Look at this card. Every name on this card is a name that even not the most hardcore MMA fans will know. Gerald Mearshart is on the early prelims. Malcolm Wellmaker, whose opponent Surrey City just pulled out, they will find a replacement for that 100%. He pulled out. Suzakayev is back versus Aaron McConaughey. Blanchfield Cortez, Roman Kopylov, Gregory Rodriguez. Bo Nickel, I was going to say Ketlin Vieira. Rodolfo Vieira. BSD versus Benil. Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. And then Sean Brady, Michael Morales. Bro, we are eating. I can't wait until this MSG card. This is a great card, but let's talk about the fight. Great matchmaking. This is what we need to see. This should be a number 1 contender fight at this point. Actually, shouldn't. If Michael Morales wins, I don't know if he gets the immediate title shot against a Leon or against a JDM or an Islam. I don't think he gets an immediate title shot. But if Sean Brady wins, he 1000% gets the title shot against JDM or Islam. I probably would go Sean Brady this fight just because I don't think anybody's really tested Michael Morales' grappling. I know Gilbert Burns did, but he's not the same Gilbert Burns. It's not the same Durinho. It's not 2020 anymore. Sean Brady, I think he will be able to take Michael Morales down. And if he doesn't, he'll get knocked out. So, fucking fire. I cannot wait for this card. This card is fucking amazing. Like I said before, Surrey City is out against Malcolm Wellmaker. We know they'll find Malcolm Wellmaker a can to just throw at him so he can get a highlight KO. But this card is looking fucking amazing, bro. I'm really, really satisfied with the UFC lately. We've been eating. Last thing I want to talk about, though, is the UFC 324 card and the Paramount era. I don't know what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the plan is because when you think about it, every single champion not named Ilia Topuria is booked. Every single one of them is booked. And we know Ilia is headlining. Heavyweight is fighting in a month or in a week. From today, heavyweight is fighting in a week and some change. Light heavy just fought. Alex broke his foot. He's not fighting anytime soon. Middleweight, we know Hamzat's not fighting until June, July, August of next year. Welterweight is in November. Lightweight, we know Ilia Topuria is fighting Justin Gaethje on that Paramount card. We know that's the main event. But then featherweight, they're in Sydney, Australia in February. We know for a pay-per-view, we know Volk is fighting on that card. We know it. If Volk wasn't booked on the 323 card, we know Volk is being booked for the Volk's not on this card, so you know Volk's getting booked for Australia. But then Pantoja and then Merab are fighting. So what does that leave you for UFC 324, which is supposed to be one of the greatest cards ever from Dana White's mouth? It's supposed to be one of the greatest cards of all time. It's supposed to be stacked to the brim. We know we got Ilia Justin Gaethje. That's a fire fight. Everybody's looking forward to that fight. Even if you don't think it's a justified title shot, it'll be fireworks, right? What's going to co-main event that? What's going to feature fight that? What's going to be on that main card that can get that audience that we need, the eyes on the UFC? That's the first CBS card that's going to be on live television. So Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje as the main event, fine. What do we have next? Do we have Israel Adesanya fighting? Sean O'Malley's not. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to see Sean O'Malley as my co-main event against Song Yadong. I don't want to see that. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong better not be the co-main event in that card. But then you go through the divisions and you got, what do you do? Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira? I don't think that'll happen. Charles is trying to fight in stadiums and shit. He's talking about him and Alex Pereira fighting in a stadium in Brazil or the White House. Max is talking about, I don't want to wait to fight in the White House. That's too long. I want to fight in like March or April. But then I'm thinking like, bro, you've been out since July. You can't make that turnaround to January. You know, it's like, who is going to fight on that card? Because we've got so many people booked right now. At this stage, a lot of the big fighters are booked. And we don't have that much name value. If you go through each division, flyweight doesn't have anybody that can get to that standing, that, you know, that standard that they're trying to set for Paramount. Neither does bantamweight besides Sean O'Malley. Umar's booked, Jan's booked, Merab's booked. Sean O'Malley's the only one not booked. So Sean O'Malley, okay. Featherweight, nobody. Volk Evloev is probably on the February card. And then no one else of name value is going to be that big to throw on there as a co-main event. Same with lightweight. Dustin Poirier is gone. Islam's gone. Arman's fighting soon. Charles just fought. Max Holloway's injured. Go to welterweight. Usman, we don't know what Usman's doing. Is Usman even still a fighter? Like, that's the part that's fucking pissing me off. Then you go to middleweight. You got Izzy versus Baralho. You know, what are we doing there? You throw Hamzat on that card, maybe, you know. Maybe Hamzat makes that turnaround. After he took 0 damage. Hamzat and Imavov, you could do that, but we all know in actuality that's not happening. Even if they announce it, we know it's not happening. Like, what do you do? Then you go to light heavy. Yuri just fought. Ankalaev just fought. Pereira just fought. Jamal Hill says he's injured. He's not fighting for a while. Khalil Roundtree needs months and months off. Jan Blachowicz is booked. Bogdan Guskov is booked. Alexander Rakic is booked. Azamat Murzakanov is booked. The whole light heavyweight division is booked or just fought last week. Then you go to heavyweight. Unless Time Aspinall flatlines Cyril Gane and wants to make that quick turnaround and fight in January, I don't see any. I don't know what we have left, especially with people trying to hold out for the White House card. I don't know what we have left. So, but I'm extremely satisfied with UFC 322, 323, and the rest of the year in the UFC. Even though we got some dud fight nights, I'm satisfied. The pay-per-views are looking fucking amazing, especially 323. Small man's dream. And I'm not saying I'm a small man. I'm pretty tall, and I'm. You know what I'm saying? I got this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But Dana's been cooking this year. Dana's been cooking this year. And he's helping me out. Or not this year, these last couple weeks and months. Dana's been cooking. And I'm glad to see it, man. More content coming this week. If you watched this video to the end, thank you so much. Leave a like and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Have a good night.